Welcome, audience. And for once, instead of handling one of the big stinkers of the past 2 years, we're handling one of the greatest movies of the past 2 years. A good Disney live action adaptation. Once again, finally, it's Cinderella.
Yes,
This
Kenneth, directed by the amazing Kenneth Branagh. Who would have thought he would go from fucking Hamlet to Cinderella?
and also the screenplay for this film was written by Chris White, who actually, would you believe it if I told you that that was the same guy who wrote and directed The Golden Compass?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, since the tone does seem okay. I mean, the style does seem a bit similar, but of course, the quality overall is much better. So, anyway, audience, let's not beat around the bush. Basically, start right before the Disney logo pops up, and, well, press play when we say click. Everyone ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, click. You know, if I can give this movie another credit, it actually got me to forgive Disney for that Maleficent movie. You know what's ironic is like, well, both this and Maleficent, set out to try and make their female protagonist more
Complex.
empowered and complex. And yet, ironically, they do it better with Cinderella.
Yeah. The big thing
Whereas
about
with
Cinderella
Maleficent,
here
they
is that
sort of
they
regress.
say this is pretty much. Again, I've said this. I don't know. I think I said this before, but this is, if you ask me, the best version of the Cinderella story. Period. Not just in terms of films. It's the best version of the story. Period.
And of course, since the Cinderella castle is the actual Disney logo castle, we don't change it any.
Mm-hmm. And of course, being a Kenneth Branagh film, the score is done by Patrick Doyle.
Which is awesome
And
because
for
I love
those-
Patrick Doyle.
Yep. And it's got a pretty good cast. There's so many similarities.
I'm actually surprised they didn't get Julie Andrews to play the narrator.
Who's the narrator here?
I think it's another. It's one of the. If I remember correctly, it's actually the actress who played Cinderella in the animated film. If I remember correctly.
Which is weird. She sounds so similar to the opening narrator in Maleficent. Hey, yeah, we're also zooming in on a mystical lad.
Let me check.
And also, what's another thing that's interesting about Kenneth Branagh directing this movie?
What?
The previous year, he made Jack Ryan's Shadow Recruit.
Which I heard was
that good?
Not that good.
I've heard it. No, I've heard it kind of sucked.
Yeah.
I guess he's better doing stuff like this as opposed to gritty spy films, I suppose.
This movie stars Lily James as well, not this one because she's still young here, but Lily James stars as Cinderella. Before this, she was in some TV roles, and that's about it. Yeah, she's pretty much a newcomer.
That's another simulate. Wait, we're talking about her playing the girl or the older Cinderella?
The older
Cinderella. Jinx. Yeah, so he's actually got quite the cast.
Yeah, that's one of the big reasons why this movie is such a breath of fresh air in recent years. Is ironically because of the fact that it's not even trying to be fresh. It literally plays the old school Disney fairy tale style,
but they add stuff to it
with no attempt at modernizing it whatsoever. And ironically, that's exactly what makes it fresh. Because in an era where we had stuff like Maleficent who are trying so hard to be modern and pro whatever.
I wouldn't say that modernization is so much the issue because, the story does technically modernize it a bit. Hence, how I said this does the whole feminism thing better. I think the word is trying to completely alter it for the sake of appeasing.
Oh yeah, by the way, guess who played Cinderella's mother, Jost?
Who?
Let me guess, the voice actress in the original Cinderella film.
I think that's the narrator, Jova.
No. The one who actually played her mother just earlier was Hayley Atwell, aka Agent Carter from Marvel.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Then again, considering Marvel are owned by Disney now, I'm pretty sure it's just a simple case of Marvel. Can we borrow? Hayley Atwell for a bit?
And here's another awesome thing: the fairy godmother is. And here's another thing: the fairy godmother is played by Helena Bonham Carter. brilliant.
Yeah, Helena it's the perfect casting role, if you ask me, especially how Helena Bonham Carter adds to it. But yeah, here's one thing I really love about this movie. We actually get to see Cinderella interact with her parents before, well, you know what's going to happen. It's a fairy tale.
Yep.
Yeah. No. Because you imagine if they'd had the same writing staff as Maleficent, they'd probably have said, no, they didn't die. Prince Charming was actually a bad guy.
Ugh.
And stole them or something.
They would have made it so that Prince Charming was really just a jerk who only loves the girl for her looks. Which kind of was the case, minus him being a jerk. Although, I will give credit to the animated Cinderella film. Cinderella 3 actually pulled the whole, true love thing and actually, making the characters more
So,
complex.
wait, what happened?
The mother died of illness.
She died of death.
Yeah.
Hey, let's see. Fairy tale / Disney.
Well, not yet, but she will.
She's going to.
Oh, what you?
I noticed Derek Jacobi there. Hello.
Yeah.
Oh, come now, Pedro. It's only a Disney tale, and also
she's suffering horribly from insert name here disease.
Or shall we say, Brothers Grimm parent disease?
Ugh.
No. I'm talking about the actual Brothers Grimm. I mean, that was really a staple in a lot of their tales. At some point, the protagonist has to lose a parent or two.
Yeah, because drama.
So, if the mother dies because of death, what's the father going to die of?
The father is going to die of oldness or broken heart or whatever.
Or the I married an evil stepmother disease.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, love. I can't stay. I have to go back to Marvel. They only let me be in the film for like 5 minutes.
Although, to be fair, there are some versions of the story where the father actually does survive and does leave. But
I gotta say, Ben Chaplin, the guy playing the father here, he looks like Antonio Banderas a little bit.
Yeah, he does.
I wonder when we're actually going to see a good Antonio Banderas movie here. Actually,
Oh my god!
When it comes to the mom, she's not really important. But one thing that they do great in this particular version of the story is that they develop the relationship between Cinderella and her father really well before we actually get to the actual beginning of the tale that we actually know.
And props to the mother. Granted, she's not the most complex character in the few minutes that they do, but even still, scenes like that where they're talking to her before she dies does feel like she's at least enough of a character to fulfill a satisfactory role and actually still get a few tears out of the audience. I mean, yeah, how about
time skip?
And yeah, how about that? An early scene that actually got tears out of the audience. That's pretty good.
That's not new. I mean, plenty of stories do that.
That's pretty common. So yeah, we have Lily James now So we've got Lily James as Ella.
Yep.
Because you can call her Cinderella until
Well, you know who. And
her actual name in this version is Ella. It's just that people tend to call her Cinderella.
That actually is how it was in the original tale, if I recall correctly.
So this is a combination of the original source material and the animated film.
Pretty much.
So it's a hybrid.
Mm-hmm.
It takes the best elements of it takes the best elements of both to pretty much and corrects any dated stuff.
So this is a Toyota Prius of Disney movies.
Oh, basically, since you didn't listen, basically, before she died, her mom tell her, always be nice and good things will come to you and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Remember to wash your hair, love puppies, and
hope Kate Blanchett doesn't adopt you.
What's the worst that could happen from Kate Blanchett, of all people, adopting you?
Well, considering the roles I've seen they're in, she'll either just be a mean stepmother to you, or try and scare you with weird distortion powers, like in Lord of the Rings.
Mm-hmm.
I love you, Father. You're not going to die on me, are you?
Of course not, dear. Two lovely sisters indeed.
Sure.
Sisters. Yeah, that'll...
Well, beauty is in the eyes of the beholder, so who knows? Maybe there's true beauty within them. Oh yeah, that's another thing. Quick reference, I did like how Cinderella 3 actually did expand on Anastasia.
Actually, that was 2, Joe.
Oh yeah, I've heard in this film.
Well, 3 as well.
Not really. 3 goes back to
So yeah, they're not exactly ugly stepsisters here, are they?
Well, they're ugly in the sense that, well, they're really overdoing it. Eh.
Oh, yeah, I even heard I read the film's TV tropes page, and I've heard that they say they're not ugly on the outside, but on the inside.
Yep.
Oh yeah, and it shows, ironically.
Refined taste, what like that. Ladies and gentlemen, playing an evil stepmother, Kate Blanchett.
Ah, yes, the usual
Kenneth,
evil stepmother.
Kenneth, are you sure this hat isn't too big?
No, of course it isn't.
Yeah, that's the thing about Kenneth Branagh. I mean, remember in the first Thor movie, he was like, should we change the name of Thor's hammer because Mjolnir is really hard to say? No, Kenneth, we shouldn't. Okay, then we shan't. That's actually what the writers said when you watched the honest trailer of Thor.
Anyway, going back to what I was saying about Cinderella free Pedro, basically, they do expand on Anastasia, with the whole. Well, I'd rather not spoil for anyone who hasn't seen it, but there's that scheme going on that they do, and how what happens at the end.
I only remember Anastasia getting a love interest in the second movie. I don't remember Anastasia actually doing anything in the third movie.
Oh, trust me, she does a lot, but we'll talk more about that when we get to that.
What is it, Liz?
The mice.
Oh, the mice.
Yeah, they look fine. CGI, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
They look fine.
Again, I got nothing against CGI, but
there's no other way you can really do these specific mice.
It's giving me pretty bad Lone Ranger flashbacks.
The CGI.
CGI isn't even really bad.
No, I'm not saying it's bad. It's just. But anyway, let's press on. So we've got not Antonio Banderas signing the contract to try and keep his agent hushed about Ballistic. Rainbows. I wonder if he gets killed by a brush.
That'd be quite a way to go.
He got brushed to death. Brushed away. Oh God, love, we know you just jinxed me, right?
No, Father, I think you'll be just fine.
Ugh. A bit trying. Yeah, sure. That's actually kind of creepy, Daddy.
Well, it's a bit complicated.
Okay, let's just leave it at that. Oh. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, yeah, look what you've done. You made him cry.
Aww, manly tears are always the cutest.
And and the stepmother is jealous. Why can't I have a loving father too? Basically, Wibbs, it's kind of implied in this movie that let's just say her daddy never hugged her enough.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's another thing this movie does great, is actually expanding on the characters and giving them, well, unique properties that, shall we say, add to the fun.
Yeah, basically, in the original Disney animated film, they were basically jealous of her because of how beautiful she was and shit.
And the stepmother was, well, pretty much just evil for the sake of being evil. There
was also the fact that she didn't want Cinderella to steal a spotlight of her daughters, but yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
and here it is that, plus the fact that she's jealous of the relationship she has with her father, and also the fact that she basically the fact that, remember how her mom told her to be good, She sees Cinderella as a reminder of how bad of a person she is, and she doesn't like it.
Oh yeah, speaking of
and also she's got the typical parent complex of trying to relive her life through her daughters. So of course she's going to give them all the advantage over Cinderella.
So anyway, speaking of Marvel actors, guess who else is in this movie?
Who?
Stellan Skarsgård, aka the Doctor from Thor.
Oh.
Yep.
Seriously, it's like now Disney can just call Marvel and ask them to borrow one of their actors.
Well, Disney did sort of help pull Marvel's rear ends out of the fire.
Yes, that's why I'm going to be treating you like crap.
We don't take kindly to goodness around here, Missy.
Yeah, now go and sweep up the chimney.
But I don't know how to sweep up the chimney.
Sweep the chimney!
Chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim chiroo.
Hey, that movie isn't out yet. I'm not really amused.
Cinderella is not amused.
Now who's stealing catchphrases? Get to work! Have fun.
Oh dear, this seems like quite a drafty place. I couldn't imagine anyone living in here.
Oh, and, excuse me, Cinderella.
Yes,
Could you clean my panty drawers?
yes, stepmother.
Dwebs, I'm guessing you've never seen the animated film?
I have, but it was a long time ago.
Oh, okay. In case you don't remember, literally the first scene of the stepmother in that movie is her in the bed stroking her cat. Subtle, really subtle.
Oh, hello.
Oh yeah, that's right. We also get to see the origins of her meeting her mice friends.
Yeah.
Again,
I guess
another
they don't
expansion
talk.
that
They don't
works.
talk in this one.
No, they don't.
Ah.
I guess they figured the mice talking will already be a little too much, I guess, and they didn't want to be a little too corny, I guess.
Which is ironic, because in the Maleficent film, they made the crow a talking character and everything.
Yeah. The one that actually is trying to be all serious business and shit is the one that actually keeps the talking animals.
Well, that's the thing. There were no talking animals originally in Sleeping Beauty, aka Maleficent, I guess. And yet that's the one that adds in talking animals.
Okay. Are there any other songs from the original in this one?
No.
There is one.
Well, actually, yeah. A dream is a wish your heart makes. The main song of the first one is in this one, specifically in the credits. But do they actually?
Wasn't there also a remix of Bippity Boppity Boo as well?
Oh yeah.
But I'm looking at the track listing. It is here.
Yeah. Basically, they reference the songs, but it's not a musical.
And there is a song here as well called Strong that Kenneth Branagh helped write along with Patrick Doyle and another person.
Mm-hmm. Basically, it's a mix of old and new. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that they also have Bippity Boppity Boo in this. Yeah, that's another thing this movie pulls off. You know, like how often some movies do the whole twin humor thing, and it either goes as too strong or too weak. Well, they actually managed to get it just right with the evil stepsisters.
Don't worry, love. Hey, don't worry. She'll be accepted on the X Factor.
Yep. Unfortunately,
Yeah, it'll only take a few hundred years from now.
Yeah, unfortunately, X Factor hasn't been invented yet.
So
she'll have to be reincarnated for that.
Oh dear. I'm so sorry. It was such a terrible accident.
Yes, I believe it was.
Now clean it up. And by the way, we haven't got any sponges left to mop the tea up, have we?
I don't know.
Lick it up.
Oh.
Ow.
And here's Lucifer. Lucifer doesn't talk either.
Yeah.
Well, then
And
again,
to be fair, Lucifer
yeah.
never did talk.
Yep.
I'm surprised the dogs haven't come in at this point. Thank you.
Who
Thank
said that?
The stepmother.
Cheers.
I shouldn't have jinxed him earlier, should I?
No, you shouldn't. She only cares about the fact that they're ruined. She doesn't actually care about the fact that he's dead.
Of course, I mean, she is the evil stepmother.
Well,
Don't worry, they'll find a way to be rich still.
how will I be able to continue her eating, torturing puppies to and being overall evil if I don't have the money for it?
Yeah. By the way, who plays that guy?
I'll
check.
look it up.
What was his name?
I don't know. I don't. Is it?
Master
I'll look
Phineas?
it up.
Oh, Rob Brydon.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Whoever he is. Hang on, I'll check. Yes, I think it was Rob Brydon. Oh, he's a Welsh actor.
Oh, nice.
yep.
So, yeah.
Oh yeah, and might as well do it now. The score for this movie is wonderful.
It's Patrick Doyle.
Well, yeah, what do you expect? It's Patrick Doyle.
I know, just listing another reason why I love this movie.
Like even in Brave, he didn't allow the blandness of that movie to come through to him.
And now,
Yeah.
in my opinion, he did the best non-John Williams Harry Potter score.
Yep.
Hey Cinderella.
Yes?
I need to ask you something.
What?
What passes on usually in fairy tales?
All good comes triumphant in the end. Either
No.
stepmothers gets what's coming to them.
No, your dad dies.
How very funny, stepmother.
Did I mention that? By the way, did I mention that she eats kittens for breakfast because she's evil and
but-
shit?
Yeah.
And now here we go to the... Oh yeah, they even got the old bells from the animated series. I mean, animated movie.
Well,
And now-
remember, Jova, the Cinderella 2 was supposed to be an animated series, but stuff happened.
It's basically stuff like
Yeah.
this for me. It's the same thing that made me. It's the similar kind of thing that makes Captain America: The First Avenger my favorite Marvel movie. I love when movies don't bother with the whole modernizing thing and just go full blown traditional and classic. And when they do succeed, it always creates such a wonderful nostalgic experience.
Again, I would say that there technically is some modernization, but the good kind. Like, the kind that
Yeah.
knows to do more of a hybrid as opposed to a complete alteration.
It's like
But hey,
it's one of the main reasons why I don't understand why people complain about Captain America: First Avenger being so obviously, pro-America and whatever. And
It's called Captain America.
Are you aware of why Captain America was created, people? That was the whole point of Captain America's creation, to be pro-America and shit.
That'd be like making a Captain Britain movie, but he puts on like a Brazilian accent or something.
Oh, Dweebs, you constantly remind me that there actually is a Captain Britain in the Marvel Universe.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so I take it this is where the I thought this was going to be a fairy godmother, but
Yeah. Oh, she's got the ever wonderful. Is that a leopard pattern? Yep, she's got the leopard pattern bathrobe.
Of course, Jova. I mean, she's the evil stepmother, so obviously she has to it has to be implied that she's pro killing animals for the sake of coats, right? Come on.
yeah.
This is villainy 101.
Makes me wonder how they're gonna go about doing the newer live action 101 Dalmatians, because topping Glenn Close's Cruella de Vil is not gonna be easy.
Honestly, I didn't like any of the live action. I didn't even care for the animated movie. I just thought it was boring, honestly.
Oh, so you don't like 101 Dalmatians, the entire franchise, I take
Not
it?
really. It's bland and boring.
I wouldn't say it's bland, but it depends on what you're more so into. It's not quite the epic adventure that you usually would get from Disney at the time, but it's sort of a new sort of thing. It's something more along the lines of a risk.
Yeah, that's exactly my point. It was made during that period where Disney was in its more uninspired phase with Aristocats, which I also find to be boring and completely forgettable.
I wouldn't say that it was their uninspired phase, but more so their phase where they were doing, more of a different formula.
Cinderella, did you miss the table again?
No, stepmother.
We need to improve your hand-eye coordination.
Well, I would if you would just let me eat my carrots.
If CinemaSins ever did a video for this movie, they'd be singing the narration about 100 times.
Oh, can you imagine if they pulled the usual Harry Potter gag in here?
What, the books don't matter?
No. The Cinderella's stepmother is addicted to Cinderella.
Ding!
So, how Cinderella lets out her sadness is going horse riding.
Yep.
Fair enough. I mean, she does know how to ride a horse, as we've seen in, more so Cinderella 3, but whoa! Oh, hi, Bambi.
Hey, you're in the wrong movie. Beat it. Shit.
You may want to run. You don't want to end up like your wife.
All right. Hey, my mother got shot, you imbecile.
Yes, and it was very sad.
Oh, Prince Kit's charming in this movie.
Yeah.
While this wasn't in the original tale, I have to say this is a pretty clever way of how
basically
they can introduce them.
In the original story, the prince wasn't a character. He was just there for Cinderella to have someone to marry. In here, we actually get to see them actually meet, talk. Yeah. So there's
he's played here by Richard Madden.
Yep.
You know what's ironic, Pedro, is the fact that, the princess and the prince meeting in the forest, that was actually how the original Sleeping Beauty cartoon did it, go figure. Granted, technically Maleficent did it as well, but not nearly as good.
Before this, he was in some not very well-known films, and he was also in Game of Thrones. Oh, and he was Trevor Belmont in Castlevania in the Lords of Shadow games.
Yep. He does a pretty good job as the prince here. Kit.
Yeah.
If there's one fun that's gonna be is them trying to give names to all the princes who were just known as Prince Charming in the original animated films. Like, can you imagine what they may name some of the other princes? Like the Prince of Snow White. We'll name him Jeff Black, or the Prince of
Prince of Persia. Oh no, we've already done that.
Yeah, like my father, he's a bit
Dead.
dead. Yeah,
dead, isn't he?
yeah.
Typical fairy tale story.
Mm-hmm.
So, are you the one with the long hair? Oh, wait, no, you're not. You step inside.
Okay, I'm just looking at what other films Lily James has been in.
From what I've seen before this, she had mostly TV roles.
She was
Let's
in
see.
what her first not short film she was in was Wrath of the Titans.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. She was also in Broken and Fast Girls.
That reminds
However,
And she was in Downton Abbey.
me. Yeah.
and she's going to be in Pride and Prejudice and Zombies. Prince Kit. Please refrain from laughing until the prince has left the premises, please.
Nonzo and Nosy, I think it is. Yeah, he's the one playing the captain. Oh, he was in Rock and Roller. And Jack Ryan's Shadow Recruits. I'm guessing Kenneth Branagh. Oh, he was in Sense8 as well.
Mm-hmm.
How many actors have we actually seen before? I mean, I've seen Derek Jacobi quite a few times. I've seen Kate Blanchett. I've seen Ella Botham Carter, Stellan Skarsgård.
Well, Disney always gets big.
Yeah, well,
Disney always gets big
Usually
name
the way
actors
Disney works-
for these movies.
Yeah.
yeah. So,
Except in the case of Maleficent, I mean, okay, technically they had Angelina Jolie, but surprisingly, aside from Angelina Jolie in that film, not many too memorable faces.
Charlotte Copley.
Oh, wait. Yeah. Well, it's Charlton Copley. I mean, is he really that recognized? And also there was, Esmeralda Stanton.
Derek Jacobi, hello.
Well, let's not forget, Joe.
Eric
How
Jacobi.
let's not forget how comedic gold he was in Elysium.
True. I'm just saying it's like, well,
dick, man. Fuck
I
you.
know. True. Although I wouldn't say he's a big name an actor, but who knows? So yeah, I do like the two playing the king and the duke.
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, we got Derek Jacobi playing the king.
And Stellan Skarsgård playing the duke. Prepare for hilarity to ensue with the duke, of course.
Yep.
Okay, I haven't seen The Golden Compass, but does Chris White's writing here kind of feel a little bit like that?
Well, how should I put it like this? Yes, there's enough similarity, like in the whole tone and overall mood of the characters, but
I think this is a movie that caters more to his strengths rather than his weaknesses, like The Golden Compass. Because The Golden Compass was trying to be a straight-up modern fantasy film, whereas this is more of a classic fairy tale. Which
Okay. This bit, I'm convinced that the set was actually unfinished, but they left it there because it would look like a good room in progress.
well, there have been a lot of cases where stuff like that happened. So if so,
Like in some of the early Star Trek films, that even I think it was like Star Trek V, where they tried to pass off the set of The Next Generation as the original Enterprise B.
oh boy.
A Swede playing a British guy.
it can work.
Indeed. Now, to be fair, the king's motivation is pretty much the same as in the animated version. Heck, that's one of the things.
Honestly,
the animated
actually,
version did good.
Jeff, I'm going to disagree with you there.
However, no, wait, hold on, Pedro. Let me finish. However, it still is expanded more on.
In the original one, he just wanted to have grandchildren, and it's get your cock in some broads so you can give me grandchildren now. In here, however, he wants him to have a queen so that they can rule the world, and it's basically for the kingdom to be safe and stuff. He's worried about his subjects, and of course him, because he doesn't want him. He wants him to have a family to keep him company when he's gone, all that kind of stuff. So in here, it's much more
him wanting him to, have someone is sort of hinted at. Granted, that's probably more brought up in Cinderella 3, which, to be fair, I guess I maybe shouldn't be counting. But yeah, you're right. I mean, it's definitely more expanded here.
Girls?
Yes, stepmother?
Where's Cinderella gone?
I don't know. Oh yeah, that's right, you sent her off to the market.
Did I?
Yeah, you did.
Oh, my memory at my age.
Oh yeah, one of Ella's friends.
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Well, hey, at least it's in a role that plays to his accent strengths.
Actually, it was just a joke, Joe. That's not Benedict Cumberbatch.
I know, I was running with the joke because, British!
Yeah. Again, I like Black Mass, but his American accent there, ooh.
He sounds like a few lessons from Hugh Glory.
Yeah.
And Alfred Molina. You know what would be actually awesome, since we bring up all these stellar actors? Imagine if there was a movie where literally every single character, even the background characters, are all played by a big-time famous actor or actress.
Okay, you know how Stanley Kubrick liked pullback shots?
Yep.
Yeah.
I guess Kenneth Branagh's the opposite. He loves push-forward shots.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, that's another thing this movie does. It actually gives them more of a fleshed out motive for why she's pushing them. I mean, of course she wants them to shine, but there's also the matter of apparently debt. So they want to get out of it.
So it's not just because she's evil, even though being evil is still a big part of it.
Yeah. Which, I don't really feel that was necessary, but it's still a nice touch. Although you have to wonder, if they're in debt that her father never left a will, ouch.
Apparently the father was much cleverer than we thought, because he didn't leave them anything.
Yeah. He probably knew that even if he tried to leave anything for his daughter, it'd probably been just snatched away. Oh yeah, that's right. The Cinderella story does take place in France. Hence the French speaking there.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know if it's Theo's laughing or face palming at that joke if he's watching this movie. Anyway, time for some sparring.
I do love fencing.
And he died. Da 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 da.
Luckily, that's a foil, so not as deadly.
You know, that'd be something, Jova. A guy getting killed by a foil sword.
Hamlet.
Yep. Which was also directed by Kenneth Branagh.
Are you sure?
Oh my god, how about that?
Are you sure it wasn't? You sure it wasn't just the sword just looking fake, or did he actually die because of foil poisoning or something?
Dwibs, you do remember how it ends, right?
I haven't seen Hamlet.
Oh, okay.
But then again, it is a 4-hour movie.
Well, that's not the only rendition of Hamlet, but it's definitely one of the best, which I would recommend seeing.
Yeah, Kenneth Branagh is generally considered the best.
That's the modernized one,
don't
isn't
get
it?
me wrong. Laurence Olivier's version is also fucking brilliant, but I don't know. I think Kenneth Branagh just beat him by a hair.
You do
Ken
know, you
Branagh,
do,
that's the one with Robin Williams in it, isn't it?
you do realize if we do a commentary on that movie, we have to dedicate an entire session to it.
Yep.
Unless we do it in doses, which is sort of how I first experienced it, because believe it or not, the first time I saw that was in school.
That could be something, Joe. But we could treat it like an actual
Play.
and have it in segments.
Yeah, because Kenneth Branagh literally made the movie as it's literally the play on film, basically.
Nice. By the way, that's a neat Belle reference. The dress.
Should also be interesting to see how Nomura and Nojima did their sci-fi take on Hamlet in Final Fantasy 15.
That's right.
Speaking of Kenneth Branagh, what were the other films he was? What's that film that he's doing called?
Artemis Fowl, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. It's based off of a wonderful book series, and luckily they have the author of said book series on the writing team. Uh-oh. Wow, you know it's bad when Cinderella, of all people, is pitying you.
I guess she blames the parents. As I've already seen the movie, and there are some bits I do remember. Does the stepmother lock her in her room in this version?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because she's a bitch.
Pretty much every major plot point is in here. Like,
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Old brown man.
So yeah, 41 minutes in. Remember, Dwibs, they're beautiful.
Bullshit.
let's just say beauty in the eyes of the beholder, and
Leave it at that. Yeah.
By the way, fun fact.
trust me, Dwebs, it's still more believable than in Snow White and the Huntsman, where they tried to portray fucking Bella Swan as the fairest one of them all.
Even more than Charlie's Theron.
Yes.
Charlie's Theron is supposed to be the ugly one.
Really?
I don't know. No, okay, I don't care what you say. There's no way Kristen Stewart is hotter than Charlize Theron. Sorry, no. No.
We're definitely gonna have to tackle that film
No.
Hey, yeah, that reminds me. The year that movie came out, we also had another Snow White-ish film.
Oh yeah,
called
made
Mirror.
by fucking Tarsum. Yeah, that's right. The guy who made the fucking Cell thought it would be a good idea to make a fucking Snow White movie. And guess what?
I guess that didn't go well.
And guess what? It sucked balls.
So
What was that
we
movie called?
Mirror something. What was it called?
It was called Mirror Mirror.
That's it, Mirror. And guess what? And guess what, Twibs? As a matter of, I don't know, cruel joke, he actually got Alan Menken to do the score.
So anyway, here we are at the iconic scene where the sisters destroy her dress. Fun fact, the dresses that they were in, those are actually the dresses that they die in Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep.
Yeah.
Spoilers, Jova. Jesus.
Well, wait, you didn't know?
No,
I
he didn't.
didn't.
No, he didn't.
I'm not really a Kingdom Hearts fan.
Basically, don't worry, we'll get to it, that series eventually.
You'll probably forget by the time we get to that game.
It's not really a major plot point in the grand scheme of things anyway. Basically, Dwebs, at the end of Birth by Sleep, the stepmother and the stepsisters literally die.
Burned alive.
Yes. because you know
You can even hear their screaming too.
Meanwhile, Cinderella's not exactly having the best of luck.
She sort of lost hope in living.
Was she going to top herself?
No. Remember, this is a family movie.
Or will she? Well, to be fair, they did sort of have some allegories of suicide in some old films. Oh boy.
Hey, Elena. I don't know. For the first moment I saw her here, I could immediately tell it was her. You can tell, not just from the voice, but you can tell it's her on makeup.
Helena Bonham Carter playing a good witch for once.
That's
Don't worry, Dwib. She still does wonders with the role.
That's another thing that reason why we should check out Barbara Sweeney Todd, because the chemistry between Depp and Elena is great in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I've yet to, for as bad as any Tim Burton film that well, not to say Tim Burton film, well, no matter what film they've been in, whenever those two are paired together, they work.
Yep.
Oh. Oh. What?
Yes, you're my fairy godmother, and I'm Rapunzel.
I wonder if actually, I'm actually wondering if Helena actually did screw up that line, but Kenneth decided to just roll with it.
Well, if that was the case, kudos to both of them, because that got a laugh out of me.
Yeah.
That's right, everyone. This will be our fairy godmother for the night.
Besides, Disney owe me after I was in the Lone Ranger.
Yes.
So yeah, that's so weird. Helena Bonham Carter playing a good guy or good girl.
She's put plenty of those actually.
As far I've only ever seen her as
She did have a bit of a session of typecast ever since Fight Club, where she was always the dark,
she was
evil
in Fight
girl.
Club.
Yes, she was in Fight Club.
That was actually the movie that started the cliche of Helena Bonham Carter being a spooky woman.
Of course, it had to be David fucking Fincher.
Don't worry. She's grown out of that typecast.
I know.
thankfully.
It's just that I don't like David Fincher.
I understand.
Did you see Fight Club?
Yes, I
Fight
did.
Club is
Terrible.
it's
I'm sorry, I
it's
don't
an
like that.
acquired
I'm sorry, audience, but I don't like that movie. I don't like it.
yeah. Fight Club is very hit and miss. You're either gonna like it, or chances are you'll downright hate it. But we'll talk about that when we actually get to that movie. In the meantime, enjoy the hijinks of Helena Bonham Carter.
Nope.
Because let's just say this fairy godmother is a bit eccentric.
Let me just ask you one thing, Dwebs. Do you like? Would you? What would be your reaction if a movie literally showed you an actual cock on screen for laughs?
You mean like Blade Free?
Because that's what happens in Fight Club. Just to give you a warning.
Ooh.
Yeah, this is David Fincher's idea of humor.
Wait. Now let's look at some good humor.
Yeah.
Yes, I can tell Dwebs is mind blown right now.
So's the greenhouse.
Fairy godmother!
You're
Yes?
you're kind of shit at your job, you know.
Couldn't you have just
That's
waited?
an idea.
Could you have done this while we were outside?
I didn't think about that, dear, but voila, your chariot awaits.
Just please make sure we don't get squished to death next time.
And yes, that's right. Plot twist. Instead of the pumpkin, it's actually the greenhouse the pumpkin was in. That's the carriage.
Well, I suppose it makes more sense than just having the metal and the pumpkin fused together or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, some make very good rodent stuff. I mean, bait. I mean, no, horses. Yes, horses, that's what I meant.
How does this work?
It hurts!
Ow. My neck hurts.
And then and then Cinderella was like, "Isn't this technically animal cruelty?" No.
You know, it's funny you mention animal cruelty because they actually do seem to suggest that in Cinderella 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I can't wait till we get around to actually doing Cinderella 3. Ah. It's a shame they didn't include the dog. Ooh.
Excuse me, Fairy Godmother, could you at least magic me the knowledge of how to drive?
Let's see. Knowledge. It's at the back of my head somewhere.
Can I fix it at least?
That's just exactly what she's gonna do.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was a little bit ripped.
So yeah, here we go. Well, this bit is kind of like a shot-for-shot version of what the animated version
yeah, it
was.
is, and for a good reason, because here's a little bit of trivia. In the original animated film, that piece of animation where Cinderella's dress goes from rags to being all shiny and shit, that was actually Walt Disney's favorite piece of animation that he ever made while he was alive. It's something that really touched him. Like in specific, so he loved that particular scene in Cinderella. So this is kind of a little homage to him.
So Brannick had this done like that.
Wait a minute, I just realized something. Dress changes from pink to blue. Huh, that's another similarity that the Maleficent film decided not to include. What is it with this movie also being a better Sleeping Beauty movie than the actual... Well, I guess it's technically not Sleeping Beauty.
Mm-hmm.
So
That reminds me, at some point, I think I need to really redo a commentary for that, because my feelings have changed towards that movie, but only slightly.
Which movie?
Maleficent. If there's one thing that could benefit from another Squirm Generation comms thingamabob.
Ugh, I hate that movie.
Again, that old commentary of ours is another one that suffers from, audio quality some of the time.
Yeah.
And hey, it'll be nice to actually look back at it a bit.
Not really.
I said it
Not
before.
really. Maleficent is not fun.
It's fun to take on.
Yes.
And according to the number of views our original Maleficent commentary got, the audience seemed to enjoy us ripping at a new one. But yeah, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Why the hell did they not have Helena Bonham Carter of all people playing Maleficent? I mean, seriously?
are they keeping the midnight thing?
Actually, that's a pretty good point. Yeah, Elena would be perfect for Maleficent.
Yeah.
Hang on.
I'm-
Hang on.
Well, of course they're going to keep the midnight thing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you did doing a Cinderella film without the midnight theme is...
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Fairy Godmother. I'll set that reminder in my phone. Oh, wait, sorry, wrong movie.
Well, I'm sure you'll manage just fine, dear.
Wait, I don't have a watch.
Don't worry, just listen to the clock.
But what if I get it wrong?
Well, then improvise. That's what I would do.
Ah.
Well, of course, we're at the Disney Castle, so of course there's going to be fireworks.
Da 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 da.
Oh, yeah. You know what? You guys would love the Disney parade at Disney World around the Disney Castle. Those are
Which one?
Disney World.
Oh, in Florida.
Well, any Disney World, but yeah, I guess I'm talking about the Florida one.
Yeah.
Just shame they don't have a Disney World in England. I mean,
Oh, we got
they
Alton
have
Towers.
one
That's
in-
close enough.
Disney World is a rather special park. Unlike most amusement parks, you don't go there for the thrill rides or stuff, or like the roller coasters. You go there for the entire experience. And dear Lord, let me tell you, it is some of the best thing experience you'll ever have at a park. Yeah, the classic outfits.
This, son, I believe this evening will go perfectly well.
Yes, Father, though, judging by the looks of some of these women, I get the feeling they only want me for either my looks, my wealth, or, well, that thing when you, me, and Mother had the talk.
All three.
True. Oh yeah, I should probably mention, there was technically another live-action Cinderella film made back in the 90s, which was also pretty good. Granted, I will concede that this one is better, but that was pretty good. One thing I did like about it was the fact that it actually had the stepmother getting so desperate to the point where she tried flirting with the prince and even tried to fit the slipper on herself. Yeah, I really need to show you that, guys, one of Whoopi Goldberg's good films.
Oh.
Bastard.
Yeah, about that, Father. Do you ever get the feeling that that rule may be more trouble than it's worth?
Oh, don't be silly, son. When you marry a princess, we'll be able to share some cultural differences, you know. We may be able to teach them stuff about France, and they may be able to teach us stuff about their country. It'll be beneficial for...
Father,
What?
but Father, I've heard about stuff like in that faraway land of Agrabah where a rule like that caused chaos.
Oh, don't be silly. If we could... Don't be silly. It's not like our own people are going to revolt against their royal family, are they?
Well, so long as we're not Russia, I suppose.
Yes, I'm sure us French royal family will be perfectly safe.
Well, hopefully we'll still at least have a monarchy. I hear Britain's even considering doing this thing called Parliament, whatever that is.
Hopefully we'll still have our heads.
Oh my god, this would actually fit into the setting of Assassin's Creed Unity.
Yes.
Oh yeah!
Yes, Cinderella,
You know
you
what-
better hurry.
Yep.
Yes, I believe I should.
Hey, wait, you still don't have that watch. I'm supposed to know the time.
Not now, Patrick Doyle.
Don't worry, I'll just do what my fairy godmother would do. Improvise.
Patrick, can you turn the music down? I'm trying to talk to Cinderella.
Oh, this is the greatest moment of my life.
What?
I said this is the greatest moment of my life. Oh, shoot, I should better hurry.
Excuse me, do you know where the ballroom is? I'm a bit lost. Oh,
Right down that way, center stage. There, we even got to the perfect balcony so you can peer down from.
thank you.
How convenient.
Was this the song now? Or is it in the credits?
No, I don't think. Is this? I think it's no. That song is not in the movie. I think. Remind me, Jova. So this is love. Is that song in this movie? I don't think it is. Is it?
I'll
This
check.
is
Hang on.
love.
So this is love. The song that Cinderella sings while she's dancing with the prince in the original animated movie.
Hang on, I'm checking
So
it.
this is love.
Huh, I don't recall her singing that with the prince in the original movie.
Hang on, I'm
No,
checking.
no, she doesn't sing
That's
it with the
the point.
prince. She sings basically they're dancing, and you hear Cinderella's voice in the background.
Oh, that. Yep, I was right. Both the dream
Well,
is
there's
a
no
song
song. Well,
makes sense.
there's no song, but there's choir.
Yeah, close enough.
Anyway, what was the name of that song you were asking about, Paige?
So this is love.
Yes, it's not here.
Okay.
It's not in there.
It's all,
Basically, the songs that make
it's,
it
it's
from
all,
the old film are
yeah. It's
Well,
all,
there is-
a wish.
there is a
A
song.
dream is a wish your heart makes, and bibbidi bobbidi boo.
and Bippity Boppity Boo. Sung by Helena Bonham Carter as well.
Oh, a dream is a wish your heart makes is also sung by Lily James, for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actors that can actually sing their own songs.
Yeah. By the way, what's your name?
Cinderella. I'm completely different from that Ella person.
Cinderella. I'm not going to make the mistake my animated version did I? And just marry you because well, you're better than those other whatever you call them.
Just because you.
Ironically, your animated version actually grew more
like
of
a-
a personality in Cinderella 3.
It just reminded me. It just reminded me, Dwebs, of the main, the prince from the Swan Princess.
Which Swan Princess movie?
Well, she's so beautiful and nothing else.
The Warner Brothers one.
That sounds like it's going to be a doozy.
Oh yeah, that movie is very easy to make fun of.
It was during that time where Warner Brothers were desperately, and I do mean desperately, trying to be Disney.
Which makes no sense because the whole appeal of Warner Bros. Animation is that they were the anti-Disney, at least back in
Which
the
is
40s.
It was at the point where Warner Brothers' stuff wasn't exactly doing so well.
It was something when their best animated film during that time was when they weren't trying to be Disney.
Yeah.
And it didn't help that whenever they tried to be Disney, Disney would then do one of their famous re-releases into theaters. Like, I kid you not, the day they released Swan Princess, they re-released Lion King, which, well, at the time was the highest gross rated, the highest grossed
highest grossing
animated film of all time at the time.
Mind you, I'm guessing Warner Brothers loved their revenge with Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey Disney!
Oh boy,
Why
yes,
don't you-
Warner?
Why the hell did you put Treasure Planet right near Harry Potter? We're gonna cream ya!
I don't know. At some point we decided we hated doing traditional animation.
Yeah.
9 years later. Disney, can I ask you something?
What?
Yes.
Did you learn nothing from Treasure Planet? You put a 60-minute Winnie the Pooh movie against Harry Potter Deathly Hallows Part 2, you morons!
Yeah.
And let's not forget 2 years ago. Hey Disney, why are you putting Princess and the Frog, which actually is critically acclaimed and could have been an amazing box office winner if it weren't for, putting it next to...
Blandy McBland the movie?
You mean Avatar?
Yep. That's usually
That's Fox, so...
That's usually what I like to call it. So
The sad thing is it's like Princess and the Frog actually deserve to do better, but
like I said,
I mean-
one of the main jokes that I like to do around that movie is every time somebody tells me that James Cameron's Avatar, I haven't seen that one actually, and I'm always like, no, you've seen it. Trust me, you've seen it.
yeah. You know what sort of ticks me off about Avatar, well, in relation to Princess and the Frog, is unlike the cases of Treasure Planet or Winnie the Pooh, it's not like there wasn't any reason to not see Princess and the Frog compared to Avatar. I mean, what exactly
Princess
did
and the Frog
Avatar
was
have-
actually charming and touching and funny, whereas Avatar was just preaching to the trees and shit.
Your Highness,
Yes.
what time is
Yes?
it?
I'm not quite sure. I think it may be something 10:30 or 11:30. I sometimes get the hours mixed up.
Oh shit.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
I wonder if the princess is wondering, why do we even bother? Of course he's gonna marry Cinderella!
Oh, not if Kate Blanchett has anything to say about it.
Yeah, we got a bit of a problem.
You're everything, you're everything I ever wanted. But what else? What else? What else is there?
Oh yeah.
See,
that's right.
Look,
Where's this scene going? I don't remember this one.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
this
yeah.
one.
This is actually a new thing. Basically, when she first met him, she didn't know he was the prince, and he recognizes her too. Hey, what do you know? The prince actually recognizes the girl, or does he? I know that she recognizes him, and basically, she's acting surprised that he's the prince because, well, that's kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, no more surprises.
Basically, they actually get to talk instead of just dancing.
And they actually get to know each other deep down. You know, maybe I never understood this scene, but I forget, Pedro. Does he recognize her, or is it only just her that recognizes him?
I think she recognizes him, but he doesn't recognize her, at least not quite yet.
Which is weird, because, like, well, the moment she recognizes him, you'd think that he would have asked how she knew about him beforehand. Uh-oh. Oh, never mind.
By the way, Cinderella, please make sure your dress doesn't catch on fire. I'd hate that.
Yes, that would really put a damper on things.
Well, depends. You could always pull a Katniss and do some awesome twirling effect with it.
Ugh, Hunger Games. Ugh.
Hunger Games is all right.
That
I
could be
really
one-
care
that
for
could be
that
one
much,
film
but
series you
it's
could-
still
Trust me,
solid.
trust me, Dwebs. The second movie is much better than the first.
I switched off halfway through the second movie.
I thought it was awesome.
Wait,
Oh,
you've seen the second movie?
Half of it, I got bored of it, so I just switched it off.
I wouldn't call it that bad, really. I mean,
And I wasn't really getting into it, so I just thought, yeah, no bother.
maybe a rewatch of it will be in order for our commentary.
Do I have to? I don't want to throw up because of the first film's cinematography.
Oh, come now, dude. You could survive Man of Steel. You could survive that. Oh, yes, it could be good.
Yeah. Interesting camera placement there. It's like they put it there by mistake and kind of was like, oh shit, move it to the left, quickly, quickly!
Ah, yes. I believe the guy in black is Master Phineas. See? No. So yeah, there's a new character. What's that guy's name? The one who the stepmother talked to, Pedro?
The black guy. Basically, he's the princess
Oh,
servant.
not the black.
Oh,
Oh, not the black guy. I meant the guy dressed in black.
oh, that. I don't think I remember.
Okay,
Yeah.
Miss Cinderella, I don't think setting on that would be the best idea.
I can't imagine why.
Okay, brace yourself. It could crack it
Oh.
forward.
Yeah. I think the narrator is actually the fairy godmother.
Yeah, it was.
So yeah, that was Helena Bonham Carter. Aww.
Oops. Well, that's a different way of dropping the slippers.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, like, well, stuff like this actually gives a lot of reason why he is so dogged and determined to find her eventually.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever you do, don't drop it.
It's glass, you know, very fragile.
Yeah, how I'm able to not break them, I'll never know.
They're specifically made for my feet.
Remember that. Specifically made for her feet.
I'm sure that won't come back into play at all.
Oh, dash my timing.
There you go. She recognizes him, but he doesn't. He doesn't.
I guess to be fair, her appearance is different enough.
But
Yeah.
oh, Oh, my father always told me something would be wrong with midnight.
Well, she ain't lying, at least.
Oh shit! I'm gonna have to marry one of them. I'm gonna have to marry one of them weird princesses, aren't I?
Yes, you are.
Okay, whatever you do, don't lose your slipper again. Kenneth, we're not filming on a ship.
He's trying to be artsy whips.
I guess he's setting up for the big chase scene. Oh, God, no.
Miss, help. Ow.
Wait, quick, tell him your name. Oh, never mind. I guess to be fair, those were words well spent.
Yeah. By the way, my name is Ella.
Cinderella, if you don't know the specific term.
What? The music's too loud. I can't hear you.
Oh, god damn it, not again.
Oh shit! I don't want to be a lizard again. I was getting used to this.
Well, unfortunately, it's a midnight deal.
Oh shit!
Quick! If I got back and it was a pumpkin, I feel I may be stuck in that forever.
What? What?
Well, you know what they say. The ones
Yeah.
that run are often the ones that steal their hearts.
Right, now, the was that Cinderella told me. It only fits her foot.
Well,
Nah, I'm
actually, I said it was specifically made for my feet.
Don't worry, I'm sure it'll fit someone else.
Because apparently there's no one else that has the feet of the length and size of mine in the entire world.
That's another thing I love about Cinderella Free. They actually do the whole "the slipper might fit someone else" thing.
No!
Oh God, something could have happened there.
How many bongs was that now? 2 or 3?
I don't know. I'm not
I lost
counting.
count.
Whatever. The point is, she's doomed. Or should I say the magic is the dress is doomed or something? The pumpkin.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Uh-oh. Oh boy.
This is going to make for an unusually pumpy ride, I think.
Oh shit.
Oh, crud. It is part pumpkin.
Ow, ow.
And just so long as it doesn't turn into pumpkin innards, I should be just fine.
Uh-oh.
Get going.
Wait, are the mouths trying to hump the...
Urging it to go. Oh boy.
Nope. Oh no. Fairy godmother, couldn't you have at least had the thing wear off when I got back to the palace?
Remember, improvise!
How can I improvise in this? Ow, ow, ow.
Like that.
Uh-oh. Okay, plan B.
luck the rest of the way.
Ew, I definitely need a bath when I get back home.
Why do you smell like pumpkin, dear?
Wait, I'm not. Wait, how is this glass slipper still here?
Because we needed to complete the plot.
Magic.
But isn't that supposed to be fading away?
Well, actually, it's made of a special glass I made that is actually immune to the whole midnight deal.
For
You
some.
have very weird priorities, Fairy Godmother.
Yep.
Yeah, to be fair, I got them from a land of Oz.
Oh, crap. Okay. By the
Oh,
way,
yes, they did. Your soul really got a message out to his soul. Ooh. Well, she's bluntly honest.
Yeah.
you two have all the social skills of a pig.
Oh my god, she looks a bit like Elle Fanning in that shot.
Yeah.
What is it with this movie reminding me of Maleficent?
Well,
But done better. Oh yes, he has absolutely bad taste. I mean, I can't imagine why he wouldn't want to go with the likes of you, Gems.
Oh, yeah.
hmm
Life's not fair. Is it?
Right, okay. Whatever you do, do not mention the slipper, okay?
All right, we won't even talk about it.
We're not going to talk at all.
Exactly.
Wait, how can... Oh, mind powers.
Yep, telepathy.
Whatever.
Hey, maybe Cinderella's the great ancestor of Luke Triton, now that I think about it.
That
That'd be-
would be interesting.
Going off of this
that'll be something.
going off of this version, of course, since in the animated version the mice can talk to everyone. Well, that granted, we find that in the sequels.
That'd be something. Luke, where did you get your powers of talking to animals from?
Oh, well, actually, Professor, I'm descended from Cinderella.
Really?
Yeah, believe it or not. I actually found it in the birth certificate right here. It turns out that at some point, a family from France married into Britain. And, well, there we go. They moved to England, and, well, here I am.
Luke, can you pass me the yellow pages?
Yes. Here you go.
Okay. Beep, 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 beep. Hello? Local insane asylum.
Yes.
There's a boy here who claims to be a descendant of Cinderella. Take him.
Is he Luke Triton?
Yes.
Well, sorry to say, you're out of luck. Turns out he actually is the descendant of Cinderella. Yeah, trust me, we've had a lot of Tritons in here, and it turned out it was illegal because it turned out they were actually legit. We really don't want any more trouble. Goodbye.
But
How would you say, Professor?
okay, Luke, do not mention this to anyone else. Okay?
Got it.
Good. Anyway, dying father.
Oh, shit, Father. Why didn't I listen to you? Now you're going to die and you won't know if I'm married or not.
The whole illness thing was sort of there, but the father in the animated films never really died from it. It was a reason why he wanted his son to get someone, of course, since he was about to die. let's just say it was the bucket list thing.
Yeah. Don't worry, son. I'm not dying. I'm just suffering from cramp.
Disney deathatitis.
Yes.
Which is weird, because, like, yeah, I wonder why they added in this death here. I mean, it seems a bit out of place, mind you.
I don't know. I know. I actually kind of like it because the king did have more character in this version, and
I like it.
I liked it because it gave the prince more of a it gave the prince more character, I think.
Oh, I understand that. I'm just saying, because, like, I feel that it might have been a bit better placed more near the end as opposed to here.
I suppose, and that's the pay. I suppose this could help the prince relate to, Cinderella.
Oh, yeah. Oh yeah,
That too, yeah.
It's just like, well, I guess I'm saying, I go, if I were the one writing this film, I'd have had him like die like after the prince had sort of met the woman, but right as they were about to marry, sort of like a symbolic thing. Like, well, now that he sees that his son has someone to look after him and vice versa, that's when he knows it's safe to go. I'm not saying that this ruins the movie. I'm just saying it's like, well, it's a good thing, but if it were me, I would have had it more near the end as they're marrying. But hey, that's just a tiny nitpick.
Excuse me, Miss Cinderella.
Yes.
Your father died, didn't he?
Yes, he died years ago. Thanks for reminding me.
Oh God. My father died too recently.
We should totally marry then.
Now, this is actually another neat thing. It's like, well, okay, so now he's going to be the king, so marriage takes a really big high priority. So this sets into the motion the whole looking for the slipper thing, because that's who he's professed his love to, which is actually rather neat, as opposed to him, just having an obsession for one girl who we barely knew.
Look, she makes my house jump, okay?
I gotta say, I love that announcer guy.
Yeah.
The way he talks.
Okay, as long as everything goes to plan, this should go hunky-dory.
Well, as long as it's not the announcer guy from Pirates Free. Well, suspended. Whatever sounds mean if we get this character suspended. Suspended. See how bad this is. Ugh.
Yeah, I don't think anyone really likes the opening of Pirates Free.
Maybe because it's offensively manipulative.
I mean, seriously, it's Pirates of the Caribbean. Yes, I know there's gonna be some grim moments, but seriously, hanging a kid.
Really?
Do we even know if that kid's a pirate or anything?
No. That kid is only there for the sake of emotionally manipulating the audience. That's all it is.
But audience, I'm Gore Verbinski. Of course you could have emotion with a child being hanged.
Gore. If you're gonna include a child, have them be in on the action.
Hey, blame Ted and Terry. They wrote the thing.
True. I forget, did Pirates of the Caribbean 3 have different writers than usual?
No. Ted Elliott and Terry Rozier were involved from the first movie up until the fourth.
Yeah.
I guess their careers died after The Lone Ranger.
It's like, I'll put it like this. With Pirates of the Caribbean 3, I like all of the stuff in between, but the things that really annoy me the most about that movie are the beginning for, the grim darkness, and then the ending. Well, the ending where we're back to where we started with Captain Jack Sparrow once again losing the Black Pearl. It's like, for once, I just want a Pirates of the Caribbean film to have him with the Black Pearl and keep it.
Not to
mention, he didn't have it at all in the fourth.
Not to mention the
he
the
did
plot
get it back at the end, but yeah,
not to mention the plot makes no sense, and there's so much stupid shit in general in there.
I mean, hell, I know some people don't really think the fourth is all that good either, but I enjoyed it more than the third.
Oh, of course.
I'd say that the fourth is actually a big step up. I mean, my main issues with 4 is the fact that Jack never really got that much interaction with the big villain.
Well, and also if there is one thing I do have a little bit of a gripe against 4 with is Jack kind of seems a bit not Jack at times. Yeah, as in I don't think he tried to be a little bit more serious at times, and it didn't really feel right.
Yeah.
I think it was more so maybe the scenes with Angelica, which is weird. Apparently, he's getting a different love interest in 5, Barbossa's daughter. Ooh, I can't wait to see how that goes.
Well, it's being written by one of the guys who wrote Speed 2,
I still don't understand what the hell is the point of constantly trying to come up with love interests for Jack. Why can't we just have a good old-fashioned adventure movie in the style of the first one, without romance, without...
Oh, shoot.
Because I am.
Hold on, she's gonna say... Here we go.
I was raised by David Fincher, of all people.
I what?
So yeah, Wild
I what? Complete the thought.
Wild Webs, it's pretty much easy to put the pieces together.
Let's just say that the stepmothers had one of those epiphanies of per se, where she realizes that Cinderella is the living embodiment.
Cinderella reminds her. Cinderella is the embodiment of everything she wished she could be.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Jova. By the time we've seen Speed 2, you might be a bit scared of how Pirates of the Caribbean: Dead Men Tell No Tales will turn out.
It's not like he's the only writer. Besides, I'm pretty sure he's written good films aside from Speed 2.
Jeff
Besides-
Nathanson, I'll check.
And besides, Speed 2 was like how many years ago?
1997.
Things change. Oh my god, that'll be about 10 years. I think Pirates of the Caribbean 5 is coming out 2017.
Yeah.
Exactly 10 years.
Yeah. Actually, Pirates of the Caribbean 1 started in 2003.
Yeah.
I was talking about that Pirates of the Caribbean 5 will be 2017, 10 years from 97.
20. 20.
Oh, yeah, you're right, 20.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jova fails at math.
I miscounted there.
That just reminded me of that clinic scene from House Season 3. Okay. How many country pulse? How many? 26. Okay. Either you suck at math or you're gonna die in 2 seconds. You suck at math.
Yeah. So basically, the plot of Pirates 5 is going to be...
I know about that.
Yeah. Jack's
Go on.
pursued by an old enemy who, along with his Captain Salazar, who, along with his crew of ghost pirates, has escaped from the Devil's Triangle and is determined to kill every pirate ever.
Captain Salazar.
Jack seeks the Trident of Poseidon, which grants...
Poseidon.
It says Poseidon here. Which grants his possessor total control over the seas to use against Salazar, and he's been played by Javier Bardem.
Ooh, nice.
Awesome.
Yeah. Pirates of the Caribbean 5 sounds like they're finally going back to, hey, let's do our typical thing of good pirates versus bad pirates.
As long as it's not Javier Bardem moping around with a dumb expression on his face for 3 hours, I'm fine.
And also Orlando Bloom's in it.
Ugh,
Has that been confirmed?
Yeah, it's been confirmed.
There's no need for
Orlando
him to
Bloom
be
never
in
really
it.
Heard... Okay. Granted, Orlando Bloom was never really the best thing of, well, especially the 2 and 3. However, he's fine enough in Pirates of the Caribbean films where I don't feel his presence would necessarily ruin it. It depends on what they do with his character.
And wait, he can't go on land, can he?
No, he can't. Unless, of course, that movie takes place like 10 years after the third.
Or if they use a bucket.
Oh my god, don't even mention that stupid thing. I hated that scene with the bucket. It completely undermines the whole mythology of the fucking...
Well, he was technically not on land.
but that looks so stupid and silly and...
Anyway, this bit is actually pretty funny.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm almost surprised they didn't go a step beyond and, maybe not have it on screen, but, hint at the whole chopping of feet to get it to fit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hi, Tiana. I swear, she looks like she'd be perfect for a live action Tiana.
Oh,
Oh, a bit old.
yeah, a bit. Yeah.
Hi, bluebirds.
God damn it, we've tried every woman in the land and no one fitted.
Not quite, everyone.
Oh yeah, we got them ugly step bitches.
Yeah, we have what?
Mother, I've got an idea.
What?
We could cut off a bit of our feet, then we'll fit in the slipper for sure.
Perfect. You go ahead and do that, and meanwhile, I'll see how much it costs me.
Wait, you're not doing it?
Well, of course not, unless I get really desperate.
Oh shit, how am I going to get out of this situation?
Come on, Cinderella. There's actually someone here.
It shrunk.
She's gonna break his neck at this rate.
Rejected.
Yes, Cinema Sins are gonna have a field day with this film because of all its narration.
Yeah.
I take it narration is one of their
Pet
Yes.
peeves, yeah.
Yeah.
oh baby, it'll fit.
Honestly, Webs, you know what would be interesting? The guys from Cinema Sins playing a Dynasty Warriors game, but this, because the storytelling in Dynasty Warriors is literally just narration.
So wait, what's this song now?
It's a new song made specifically for this movie that was written by Kenneth Branagh, I think.
I believe
Yeah,
it's
this has-
called Strong.
Hang on, I'll check. Strong, yeah, Patrick Doyle, Kenneth Branagh, and Tommy Danvers.
Sung by Sana Relay.
If this is a song sung by Cinderella, though, and considering that Lily
Oh, maybe
James
this-
sings later on,
Is this the Strong song then? Huh.
It is, yeah.
Let's see.
or is it A Dream Is the Wish Your Heart Makes?
No, A Dream Is Your Heart Makes is only in the credits.
Oh, it was like how what was that song from Maleficent?
I don't remember.
I know you.
Once Upon a Dream?
Upon a Dream.
Yeah, that was at the credits as well.
Yeah.
And that version kind of sucks.
Oh, I love this. The reason they actually fired Cinderella was because they hear her singing because the mice ingeniously open the window.
Yeah. I love how the singing actually plays a part of the plot instead of just being singing.
There you go. Ah, that was actually clever of the prince to actually hide in secret.
Yeah.
But your majesty, I wanted to go home. My wife's making my tea.
Well, it turns out that you may have been rushing in a bit. Wow, you lied.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Ironically, okay, in the original animated film, it was Cinderella who had the glass slipper that wasn't
So
broken.
what's he saying?
That you will basically present yourself to the prince.
I mean, what he was saying to the stepmother.
Hold on.
I actually get what you're saying. He's basically saying he's the king and he overrules you, you know, so push it.
Yep. And at this point, they pretty much have come to the conclusion that it's her.
Although it's best to be sure.
You know, I will admit, I wouldn't actually mind seeing a sequel in this movie, adaptation of Cinderella 3.
She locked her in the room.
Symbolism.
And then the stepmother starved to death. Da, 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 da.
Well, that may or may not be a better fate for her than in the original tale, where I think she gets her eyes pecked out. Oh wait, never mind. That's the two stepsisters.
Ew. Miss, could you hurry along, please?
Yes, I just waited my entire life for a moment like this.
I appreciate that, but we are on a bit of a tight schedule here.
We only have 10 more minutes of movie left.
Do I have to get up
Yeah.
the fast forward button?
No, you don't.
Yeah, fun fact. Originally the animated tale, basically the stepmother sort of tripped the Duke and
Yeah.
made him drop the slipper that they had, and it was Cinderella who procured the intact slipper. And here it's the reverse.
I'm dead.
Well, neither does he.
By the way, how's your father?
Well, you've heard the news. There's a reason I'm king now.
Oh, crap, sorry.
How's your father?
I get the feeling we can relate to that.
Yes.
Okay, now let's but just to be sure, in case your feet have grown in the past day, let's try the slipper on.
Yes, let's.
Let me out! Let me out!
It's called karma, lady.
Phew, for a second there, I thought you had some weird foot syndrome.
Yeah, imagine that.
Yeah.
Aww.
Wait, I do feel a bit bittersweet though. That means Disney are going to keep making more of these, but they cancelled Job 3.
Yeah, for sure.
Sure.
Okay. Sorry, but I think we might need another one made. How are we gonna make?
Aw.
How are we gonna make one?
Well, with glass, of course.
But this glass is magic. It can't be really found in like.
Well, I hear that there's a land of Oz that specializes in making special shoes.
Never mention that place again. Help! I'm frozen.
Well, it could be worse. They could have tried to bring an unversed pumpkin to battle. And we don't have any Aqua to help us.
And so the prince rode into battle one day and saved the world by a pumpkin.
Yep.
Wait, what happened? What, was she banished or something?
Or I think she put herself into self-exile.
Yeah.
Wait, how long has it been since we walked off together?
Don't know.
It feels like only yesterday. Oh, no, wait, it was
I
yesterday.
know.
Wait, it was
Aw.
yesterday. Prince, I get a feeling a bit of deja vu here.
Yes, it feels like we've done this before, albeit shorter. And we didn't know each other back then so well, did we? Until a third adventure of ours, I do believe.
Let's pretend the second didn't happen.
Yes. Let's just pretend that
I'm not
only
even
1 and
kidding
3
this. The
happened.
plot of Cinderella 2 is literally Cinderella trying to arrange a party. That's literally the fucking plot.
I know.
Well-
I've seen it.
Ugh.
Yeah. Trust me, Dweeb, Cinderella 3 more than makes up for Cinderella 2.
Well, I haven't seen 3, so
Let me put it like this. It's an actual good direct-to-DVD Disney sequel.
Oh.
Aww. And they all lived happily ever after. And that's a cute homage to the Tinkerbell thing.
And
actually.
here's the new rendition of "A Dream Is a Wish Your Heart Makes."
And then later we'll hear a new rendition of Bippity Boppity Boo, I believe.
Simon Kinberg.
Tim Lewis.
Harris Zambala.
Harris Zambarkus.
Oh wait, I don't think this is the one yet. Actually, no, it's not. It's not that one yet.
Oh, well, I guess it's a little bit more into the
Is
credits.
this-
Yeah,
I guess this is more the strong song.
yeah. I think it's the strong song. Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe Lily James did sing the strong song.
No,
during
it says
that
in the credits. It says on the list here, Lily James' song "A Dream Is a Wish Your Heart Makes."
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that was the song she was singing during that part then.
All right, so that was Cinderella. Des, what are your thoughts?
I liked it.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It's a classic. It's a fairy tale that does just enough to make it work for today's standards, but keeps that old-fashioned magic that it just works. There's no need to do what Maleficent did. Just give us the fairy tales as they are. We already like them for what they are. You don't need to change them that much.
Heck, it even goes above and beyond. It pays homage to not only the original tale, but even specifically to the Disney tale, and even to, well, maybe I'm reading too much into this, but, well, that other adaptation Disney made. Maybe not so much that one, but it feels like it's like a wonderful hybrid of stuff. And also, still adding in a lot of new stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's a film that manages to feel like it's, in the olden days, yet not so sexist.
It has all the good stuff from the old one, but without the bad stuff, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Go on, Dwebs.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's been a while since I've seen the first animated film, but
The original animated film is still, of course, obviously it's very simple and stuff, but it's still a very enjoyable movie, especially when you consider it the time. It was a product of its time, so...
Yeah.
Yeah,
I may be a bit
I really do-
controversial, but I would say that I find Cinderella 3 to be a better movie than the original Cinderella film, except for the animation, of course.
I do appreciate that they did try and give a little bit more depth into this version.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's sort of kind of why I like Cinderella 3 better than the first Cinderella film. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Cinderella the first film. It's just Cinderella 3 finally, tackled the hurdle of, addressing some of the kind of sexist and
for me it's like...
technically stupid things.
Okay, do you have any more thing to say about your final thoughts, Dibs, or...
What about the casting? What did you think of that?
Yeah, I like the cast. I really do like the score. Yeah, it's all pretty good.
Yep.
Writing?
Yeah.
Like, what I love about... Okay,
Here's the song again.
Heart makes...
Sleep.
This basically, Dibs, this was the first... Actually, was it the first? Did Snow White win the best song and best score, Jova?
Let me look it up.
I think Cinderella was the first one to win the typical best song, best score combo that Disney was a champion of for a while.
Let's see. First Disney film to get... what are you looking for?
The best original song and best score awards.
The best score and song.
I remember Cinderella got those two, but I don't remember if it was the first one or...
Yeah, Cinderella got it. Let's see, it's Snow White did. Are there any other possible ones that might have done that as well?
Before Cinderella? I don't think so. I don't think Snow White won. Or oh wait, did Pinocchio win? I think Pinocchio might have won. Now that I think about it.
Let's see.
Whatever. The point is, okay. Yeah, I guess I'll go next. I love this movie because it does exactly what I think a modern retelling of a fairy tale should do. Take what we love about the original fairy tale and update it, not modernize it. Update it. There's a difference. We already know. We already. That's just in comparison this to Maleficent. You didn't need to change. You don't need to change these fairy tales, Disney. We already love them the way they are. Just update them and keep what they are. There's no need to completely. There's no need for revisionist, feminist revision versions. Ugh.
Which is weird because
I'm sorry. I'm still a little sore about Maleficent.
Oh, goody! This song.
And yeah, this also talk about Helena Bonham Carter as well.
Yeah. Even with a bit of French added in.
Awesome. But yeah, great movie. It's simple, but hey, that's kind of the point. It's just one of those movies. Leave your cynicism at the door and just allow yourself to be a kid again for 90 minutes.
So now I know that there's two ways this, considering Disney's going to be doing more of these, there's going to be two ways these kind of films can go. It can either go this way or Maleficent.
I don't know how the heck Dumbo's going to do it, since even Walt himself hated that movie. Helena Bonham Carter.
I'm actually kind of sad these songs weren't actually in the actual movie.
Yeah, that is.
The movie wasn't a musical, so there wasn't any place they could put them in.
It would have been nice if they included them, but hey, at least they included them in the credits.
Yeah.
All right, Joba, your thoughts?
Oh yeah, I love this movie. Definitely. It helped revive my faith in a lot of the other upcoming live-action Disney films. To the point where I feel that Maleficent was okay. It's bad, and I'll address this when we get to doing a Squirm Generations commentary on that. But I will say that it feels like that one was a fluke in the overall making, because this feels like the Disney I know, the actual Disney who was creative with finding new ways to okay, yeah, it's technically modernization, but like I said, it's modernization done right.
Like I said, Joba, this is not a modernization, it's an update. That's how I see it.
Well, that's the thing, Pedro. It's like, it's the good kind of modernization. It's like, it's the modernization that doesn't overdo it, let's say.
All right. Whatever.
But yeah, whatever you call it, it's definitely a great retelling of the story. And honestly, one thing that we haven't brought up, I love how it actually manages to keep you invested while not shoehorning in the action scenes, because that is something that when some stories want to make things more interesting, we put in more action and stuff.
Yeah, totally.
But no, this one actually did it right. And yeah, honestly, I know that it probably wasn't the agenda of this film, but this one feels like a much better act of feminism, if only because everyone's treated properly like a character while still staying faithful to the olden days. They kind of managed to factor in that without making it feel offensive. I love how they expand on the characters. There are some things that do sort of make me raise my eyebrow, but at worst, they're just stuff that I would have placed differently in the film, and I do like Dwibs. I do wish that the songs were in the movie, but at least they're in the soundtrack. Anything resembling a problem I have with this movie is nothing that ruins it. It's just a little weird something. But yeah, Helena Bonham Carter is quite possibly the greatest thing of this movie for me.
She's only in the movie for 5 minutes.
Well, technically she's in it for a good portion since she's the narrator, but yeah. I said it before and I'll say it again. I actually wouldn't mind if they did an adaptation off of Cinderella Free, since that one does feel like a good continuation, and because I flipping love the cast of this movie so much that I would actually not mind seeing them in some more things. If anything, do give them roles in more Disney movies, ones that fit, obviously. But yeah, a great big coming out for Lily James. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Music is, of course, wonderful. The graphics are amazing as usual. Yeah, like you guys said, it's quite possibly one of the best examples of keeping the old but factoring in other stuff and new. So yeah, to everyone involved with this film, round of applause.
Awesome.
So yeah, that was Cinderella. Tune in next time for when we retackle Maleficent.
See you then.
See ya.
See ya.